Second part will be the study shifts that Kristian went through. So Kristian has changed his field of study multiple times, and I asked him to tell us and share his experience with us, how this affected him and what drove him to change his study field many times. Enjoy listening. Since there are some students who are now choosing their field of study, or they are afraid to change their field of study, or they are hesitating. So can you share your experience with us and how it went, and how did you decide to switch, and why, if you could, of course, to tell us why?
Sure. All the people listening now, especially their parents, will want to like cover their ears and not they don't want their children to listen to me, because I switched from medicine to like, first I didn't have anything. I just had a plan to create the business. Like, I had many ideas, so I started eventually studying business administration. And now I'm studying computer science.
Yeah, but step by step. So you were in medical school.
So I was in medical school. I decided I was 13.
Okay.
I was on 7th grade. It was the summer break, and I was thinking about my future, and I was like, I cannot be drifting like this. I have to now make the first plan.
Okay.
Where I am going after high school in 6 years.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that was so early, but it's okay.
Because I always had the dream that I want to live a like meaningful life. Yes. And really like I would say epic life. And I was thinking, how could I do it? And I understood I need money to do stuff.
Of course, yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, the big three. So law school, I was like, no way, I'm going to die of boredom. Sorry, all the lawyers there, but it's honestly, if people paid me 1 billion for
solving a problem,
for doing that work for 10 years, I wouldn't do it. Okay. Because for me, my time is so valuable. I wouldn't. I would actually not do it for a billion.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like, no, not law school. No thanks.
Yeah.
Second one, I was like thinking economics, but then I was, economics would have been the best because I had ideas and it would have been good. But I was like, it's too uncertain.
Okay.
So I don't want to go there, because you might end up to be just a cashier at a shop, or you can be a really successful. So there was too much variety, and I was a 13-year-old, and I was thinking, I don't want. It's too risky.
Yeah, so unless you are a minister of economy.
Well, I don't know, ministers in Finland. I think some really successful entrepreneurs like make more money.
Yeah.
But so that left me with the third option, med school, because I thought, okay, if you're a doctor, you will be guaranteed a huge salary, because there are no jobless doctors in Finland.
Okay.
So I decided, okay, I will go to med school, and at that time during the summer, I took my dad's book, Galenos, which was used in the entrance exam. My dad was not a doctor at that time.
Yeah.
But he graduated a few years after I made my decision, but I will have to mention that it did have nothing to do.
Okay, with your decision.
It had nothing to do.
Okay,
I was
so
just.
It was from inside.
Yeah, because I'm not a person who will take orders from my parents what to do.
Yeah.
So no, it had nothing to do with my decision. It was just a coincidence because this was my reasoning.
Okay.
Not law school, not economics.
Okay.
Because it's too uncertain. So that leaves me with
to medical school. Okay.
So I took the book and started reading it when I was 13, and after that, every year I read it many times through, because I wanted that in high school when I apply, I already know all except. I knew that I will be learning in high school the chemistry and physics. So I wanted, my goal was to at least know the biology by heart before high school. And I did it, and in high school I then
use Russian steps.
yeah. So in high school I took then chemistry and physics, and I got in on my first attempt. It was hard, but I made it to Turku med school, and I was there 2.5 years. But during the whole time, I was always trying to find some business ideas with my friend and like an escape.
Yeah.
So
so you will have an excuse, okay?
Yeah, med school was always plan B, and I was like, okay, this is a good backup to have.
Yeah.
If I graduate, I will.
How many years here?
It's 6 years in total.
Okay. In Algeria, 7. So, yeah.
So I was.
So I understand why did you run away?
I was 2.5 years here, and like people probably know, it's free here. Like all the education is free in Finland. That's why many people around the world are like, are you crazy? Are you like all the, especially probably the Indian dads, or like my dad is Sri Lankan, so all the Sri Lankan and Indian dads are somewhere like, how crazy is this person?
Yeah.
But during the 2.5 years, I was always trying to find an escape, and in the end, I was thinking, why am I here? Why do I feel like I'm in jail? I mean, I don't need to be here.
Okay.
Like, what keeps me here?
Yeah, I know. And I know that feeling. Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, in Finland, you could do like basically any job and get a good income. Yeah, that's true. So I decided that I will just drop out and just see what happens.
Yeah, what life will bring you.
Yeah, because I thought that I would definitely regret if I stay there, because I was really unhappy. I really didn't like being there. The people were great. Med school is really great for people who like medicine. But not for many people who are not passionate about it. But it's a really good, really tight community. It's I can really recommend it for people who like medicine. But
of course.
My passions were somewhere else. I was always thinking about traveling, adventures, about like ways of being Indiana Jones. But I was like, I mean, how could I be the Indiana Jones of my own life? And then I decided that I will just drop out from there and start focusing on my language skills. And I also knew that creating ideas was one of my strengths. So I was thinking that I will try to create something in some point for in the language learning sphere, because I knew that I don't want to be a translator. I don't want to be a language teacher. I was like, no, never.
Okay.
So
that's interesting. You love languages, but you don't want to be a language teacher.
I didn't want to. I wanted to learn it, not teach it.
Okay. Yeah, because they are two different things. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 2 years afterwards, after dropping out, I started studying business administration in 2015.
Okay.
But during that 2 years of not being anywhere and just self-studying and trying to create some business ideas without any experience or contacts, it was a bit hard. But I was focusing on my language skills, and I read tons of books and watched documentaries and found out about how things work. And and then I started studying in Laurea in Vantaa, because it gave me the freedom of, like, I got more time. Actually, the program was quite it wasn't that strict. It was I realized that I would get the student benefits and have like a lot of time to learn languages on my own.
Oh, okay.
And also get the business degree, which was useful.
Yeah.
And that's that. Yeah.
Okay. And then how did you switch from? Did you get the degree from business?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
And then after that, how did you switch and ended up in IT?
Well, I think these are linked to each other.
Okay. How?
So many people who are in IT might need some business skills, especially if you're in a startup or something. So I during my business studies, I actually learned all the photography and videography skills.
Nice.
The editing software, and also the shooting the footage. And I had the business skills, and I always had the idea that I would want to expand my skills in like my computer skills.
Okay.
And I, for a brief moment, started learning programming in business when I was studying business. Mm-hmm. But then I decided to concentrate more on the visual footage, like videography and photography, because I wanted like immediate results. So I decided, okay, I will come back to programming afterwards, somewhere like later, because if I learn the visual skills, I might be able to get jobs somewhere around the world and like travel and maybe get some internships or work somewhere with the business marketing skills and complemented with the videography and photography skills. Mm-hmm. And well, I actually managed to find my internship from China.
Okay.
And I was
did you go there?
I was 3 months in China.
Okay.
I managed to get even to Mount Everest base camp.
Oh.
And that was part of my internship.
Okay.
It was a marketing agency.
Yeah.
Discover Sichuan.
Mm-hmm.
And my boss had a separate company for Tibet travel.
Okay.
So my job was basically being a few weeks at the office, 2-3 weeks at the office, and then traveling somewhere.
Okay.
For a few days or a week.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning, I went to Tibet.
Mm-hmm.
Did
you know the language at that time?
Chinese.
I mean, yeah.
I had learned Chinese
before
1 year.
Okay.
But that was just once a week. I could speak a bit,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't understand the answer, because also the Sichuan dialect is probably a bit hard for even more advanced speakers.
Maybe it's like learning Arabic and then going to Algeria or any other country, and then they don't talk Arabic.
Maybe not that big difference, but I've heard it might be hard.
Okay.
But I was there and I took photos and videos, and at the office I was editing, and I was also writing articles in English, like best time to visit Tibet or what to see in Tibet, and Yeah, and that was fun.
Where was it located in China? In
it
the
was
north?
in Chengdu, Sichuan province. It's somewhere in the center of China when you look at the map.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say it's in the center.
Okay.
So yeah, I that was a really good experience, and I got it just because I had learned all the skills, and I had a portfolio. I had on Instagram and YouTube my travel videos because I had also bought a drone, and I had also a blog about world countries. But I just wrote one post about each country.
Yeah.
It took, I think, 3.5 years to write about each country.
Okay.
So I made a summary of the timeline of each country, then 5 interesting things about each country. So it took like 3.5 years. But that was part of my portfolio, and all of that made an impact on my boss, and he said, yeah, just come here.
Nice.
But after going back to Finland, I didn't manage to find any job here.
Okay.
And in some point, I decided that it would be fun actually to learn also the IT skills, the programming skills, and yeah, that's why I started studying computer science last year, because I had a lot of ideas, especially for language learners, and yeah, basically because of this, I decided I need to learn those skills because I'm now 33, and if my plan goes well and I live until up to 100 years, there's still much to live. So you need to know about AI and all these skills not to be left behind. And yeah, so now I'm here.
And I wanted to ask you actually about the blog. Do you still have it online?
Yeah, I have it somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. Can you send me the link to put it for people so they can read it, if it's possible?
Let's see if I want anyone to read it, because it's yeah, it's not that well written if I watch it afterwards. But I'll think about it. I might. Yeah. Let's see if we can include it.
Okay, thank you. And so only you switch only in these 3 fields of study.
Yeah, but I would say.
Would you like to switch to another one? Maybe to chemistry.
No. I think, and I think, well, I would say there are 2 big switches, or actually just one, from med school to business, because then business to computer science, I would say it's so much more
I can
connected. But IT is connected to all the fields. So if I wanted, I might actually do something in medicine in the future.
Okay.
I have, of course, a lot of links in that field because of my old classmates.
Yeah.
But currently I don't have that much interest. But of course, if I've been in the future, if I'm able to create all the tools for language learners, and I have like financial stability in some time, then why not create something if there's a good possibility and a good idea, so then why not? But now, I don't know.
Actually, I want to ask you a question that came up to my mind right now. Switching, or let's say going to China from Finland, how was it?
Yeah.
That's culture shock.
Well, I was used to culture shocks already, because as a 6-year-old, we moved to England, and then when I was 7, we moved to Estonia.
Okay.
And they were also very different. Of course, China is much more different.
Yeah, but you had certain immunity. Immune system
I had traveled a lot by that. Really a lot during my lifetime before 2017. But it was still hard because.
Can you tell us a bit what was the hard part, especially for Finnish? Yeah.
Well, probably not being able to read the Chinese characters.
Oh.
I was at the.
I understand, like you're in the middle of something that you don't know what they are talking about.
It was actually that as well, but I was at the train station or different stations, and I couldn't get out. I was because there. I think there were some places where it was written something in Chinese, and there were like some gates.
Okay.
I cannot remember now, but I think I had some problems getting out of the train station.
Okay.
Because and I had to ask help. And immediately when I was out, I was like, okay, that was hard. And then the next problem, I had to get a taxi from, I think before Chengdu, I flew to Chongqing. From Chongqing, I think I had to switch the train stations or something. So I had to take the taxi and then take the train there. And oh my God, that was.
And did you find people who speak English, or?
That was really hard.
Okay.
That was really hard. Okay. So getting to Chengdu.
And then also, I think they have an application they use. They don't use cash or something.
Yeah, they use
WeChat.
WeChat, yeah. I had WeChat as well after my coworkers recommended it, but everything was a struggle.
Okay.
And getting to my accommodation, and then always like getting a taxi or anything. People used WeChat, but it was at that time only in Chinese, only in Chinese characters.
Oh my God!
Nowadays, I think they have in English as well, but at that time it was in Chinese characters. So I couldn't order a taxi. I couldn't order food home. I could have done all of that really easily. 2017. They had really good systems. But I was able to pay with WeChat. That was quite easy. And also use the city bikes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
At least you survived with this.
Yeah, but always when I had to go somewhere out of the city, it was like a big stress. I was thinking I want to stay home, but it was really hard.
And you didn't have enough connections there, or people that I don't know, like.
I had my coworkers, but usually on my free time I was alone.
All the time, like coworker.
Yeah, I went swimming together with my coworker Daniel. It was good because getting inside the swimming hall and all that would have been also difficult. But all the simple stuff were quite hard. Even getting food. Sometimes there weren't any pictures, so just text, and I was like, okay, I'm not eating here. I'm not eating here. I'm trying to find a place where there are some pictures, or some places where I could just point. I want this and this and this. Yeah.
I imagine the struggle, and it was 3 months.
3 months. Yeah.
Okay, that was impressive.
Yeah. After returning to Finland, I didn't continue Chinese for at least three months at all. But after that, I came back and continued. Now my Chinese is much better, but still not super good. I cannot read much. I should try to learn that.
Okay, impressive. And are you willing, like, to visit other countries like Japan or South Korea or something, no?
Yeah, I want to visit every country.
Okay.
My wild plan is during my lifetime spending at least 1 month in every country.
Good.
Yeah, because I don't want to do it so that I would just be one day in one country.
It's not enough.
Yeah, I want to spend at least, okay, in some countries it's not enough, like in Vatican City you cannot spend a month. Or Gibraltar, maybe 1 week, or Monaco. Well, you need also money, but I think 1 month in every country would be fun, and if possible, also walking or traveling through the country with your own like muscle strength, walking, cycling, kayak, rowing. That's also I will probably not be able to do it through every country, but as many as possible.
Okay.